Eugene is in it.
Okay. Invite him up. Wait, is Eugene? Invite him up to the stage.
Right.
Up to the stage. Invite him. You see him? You see him up? Invite him. You can invite him.
Invite to speak. Right.
Invite to stage.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Eugene,
Hi,
welcome.
Eugene. How are you?
Hi, very good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening. Our
Your
guest speaker.
okay. Your
don't make
sound.
it sound so bad.
Yeah,
you know?
sound clear. Sound clear.
Travel bubble.
Travel bubble. Later
I think I'm in the bubble now.
No worry, we'll start at 9 o'clock. So we have 10 minutes. So stand by. Let the people all come in first. All stay tuned. We give you some music to listen first.
Okay.
There's somebody also from Langkawi, Eugene.
Yeah.
Oh.
Eugene,
Isaac?
I make
Raj.
I make you as a moderator also. So you invite anybody you know one to invite to the invite to the stage.
Yeah. It's okay. No worries, Andy. We'll pass the word around.
Yeah.
I've got some people, they might be joining.
Yeah.
So Raj from Langkawi.
Raj,
Yeah.
okay.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Today our Road to Tourism Recovery Clubhouse Live Forum. We have a special guest from Langkawi. It's Malaysian Association of Hotels Perlis and Kedah Chairman, Eugene. Eugene Dass. So anybody have a question? So stay tuned. We wait until 9 o'clock. Then we start the live forums. So tonight this clubhouse is being recorded at the YouTube live streaming and a Facebook live streaming, and we don't touch on any politic and or religious issue. Thank you. Stay tuned. We'll have a decent music first.
Great, thank you.
All right, we have Uzaidi here. Uzaidi from Mita. Welcome.
Hi, Andy. Good evening, Andy.
Good evening.
Tuan Aziz. Hi, Mr. Eugene. How are you, sir?
How are you, Cik Uzaidi? Lama tak jumpa.
Good to see you here. So long I haven't seen you.
All the old friends.
Kawan lama. Thank you very much, Eugene, for this one. For spending your time here.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We
Hi,
have
Gani.
another
Gani
6
from
minutes.
Langkawi.
Hi, Tuan.
Hi, Gani. How are you?
Hi, Gani.
The Langkawi guys.
Mr. Eugene. School breaks, room breaks.
Room break, school breaks. Sekarang COVID tidak break. COVID break ni susah dah.
COVID break.
So Andy, anytime you lead this show?
Yeah. All right.
I will be.
Okay.
No problem.
So we stay tuned. We have another 6 minutes to start the room. So stay tuned. Listen some music first. Thank you.
Alright. Thank you, Andy.
Hi, good evening, everybody. We have 2 minutes to go. So tonight's our Clubhouse live forums for the road to tourism recovery. We have a special guest from Eugene Dass and from Langkawi, all the way from Langkawi. Please be remind.
Alostar, he's from Alostar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stay in Sungai Petani. I work in Alostar.
Wow.
And I've got members in Kedah and Langkawi and Perlis.
Wow. So all the North Malaysia, all the while is North Malaysia.
You mean what, in my career?
Yeah.
No, I've had some time in Perak as well. I was with
Perak,
Swiss
yeah.
Garden Group. I was in Singapore for some time. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Good.
when I was younger.
Still young.
Still young, yeah, we are still young. We never say
still
old.
young, yeah.
There's another lady, our regular followers, Eugene.
Yeah.
From Langkawi.
Raniza. Raniza, I invite you to come on the stage. Please come on the stage, Raniza. You know Raniza, Eugene? I think it's
not too familiar. Sorry.
From one of the hotel. What's the hotel already? Okay.
Regular.
Yeah, we have 1 minute to go, so start at 9 o'clock. So for as a reminder, disclaimers, tonight our Clubhouse live forum, we never touch on politics and religious issue, and you are being recorded in the YouTube live streaming and the Facebook live streaming. Thank you. So, Bosku, Tuan, Aziz, you start the speaker. You mean the welcome?
Okay. Everybody, welcome back again to Road Tourism Recovery. So today, he's being invited by me.
Yeah.
Our colleague. He's the Eugene Dass. He's the chairman for Kedah and Perlis Chapter, and also board member of our MAH, National Organization. A very active guy. So today is very interesting because especially we would like to know, especially Eugene, the preparation, because Langkawi will be the turning point for all the hotel and tourism industry. There's been a lot of talk about, about this travel bubble, and we also do not know how it's going to be done, what is the SOP, and what are the challenges. Because if your travel bubble is successful, then the rest will follow suit. So without further delay, I would like to welcome once again our guest speaker today, Eugene Das from
Eugene.
Kedah. Eugene.
Yeah.
Welcome, Eugene.
Thank you, everybody.
Give us a short introduction of you.
A short introduction of me. Okay, firstly, a very good evening to Andy,
Thank
Encik
you.
Aziz, Encik Uzaidi.
Hey, we have Halim Malikan here in the house.
Halim Marikan.
Yes. And all of you. I may know and I may not know you. Okay, but thank you for this privilege, this invitation to join the Clubhouse Road to Tourism Recovery. Well, a little bit about myself. Let me see. Well, I became thanks to Halim, actually. He's been very quiet. He's the reason why I became the vice chapter chairman some years ago when Yap was the chairman. And next thing you know, when Yap left to become the CEO, these guys grouped up on me and said, look, you've got to be the chairman. So I said, I will agree to be the caretaker for a while. And next thing you know, it's already been 2 terms, right? So we're still trying our best. And this is the toughest of times, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I think the topic is something everybody knows about and everybody knows the answer. I think the things I'm going to share will not be something new to all of you. Yeah, as you guys know, Langkawi has been identified as the pilot project, scheduled to have been opened earlier, supposed to be 1st of September, and all the ding dongs, and finally now it's on the 16th of September. Yes, till today, we have not got any SOPs from the authorities. In fact, this morning when I was touching base with Motek and Lada, I was told that by tomorrow apparently there will be an SOP out. Um, but on the part of MAH, I think we did not wait. We started to get our members ready, and the members are basically ready. We are investing a lot of money in the trainings and chemicals and upholding SOPs. So as far as the hotels are concerned, I would safely say that we are ready. We are waiting, and some of the hotels have even gone to the extent of bringing back some of their talents which they may have let go during the tough times. And the hotels have also geared up with special packages and promotions to stay in touch with what's going to happen. Now, as you know that we in Kedah, we always try to align ourselves with what Ma National has been proposing to the government. That is, of course, right now we want to see a milestone of where this whole thing is going to go. Now, I fully understand that with Langkawi's opening and the SOP in place, it would be a blueprint in a way for future openings of different destinations, right? So I think what we need now is a milestone where we're going to go from here, what's going to happen when we have the herd immunity, and then how do we bring back international travel eventually. Just to talk about a little bit on the business loss, because we talk about international travelers, the big hotels, the five-star guys have had a drop of nearly 50% from their business because their dependency on international travel. So I think on the 16th, it's safe to say that most of the clients that will be coming to Langkawi would be very domestic based, meaning Langkawi people themselves, mainland Kedah and Perlis. All right, so that will in a way help us to do proper litmus tests on how we're going to manage them and the SOPs in place and the effectiveness. Now, I think if you talk about Phuket Sandbox, they opened it up a lot to foreigners to come in. And from what I read, they have 83 positive cases in COVID. And I also further found out today through the Thai embassy that most of the people that were infected were actually Thai people. So the question arises, what happened in Phuket, whether it was brought in by the foreigners or it was lack of SOP. That I'm still not very clear. Um, so yeah, I think the hotels and the tourism industry players, they have a lot of them there in the island. I believe all have their respective SOPs in place. What we are actually waiting for now is the blanket SOP to cover arrival of customers and whether they're going to be quarantined, whether there's going to be any tests when they check when they come into the island. I was told that there will be, and I was also told that Lada and Motek will be funding the test when the people or when the customers come into the island. So all these, I guess, we are just waiting to see it in black and white.
So Eugene, this is confirmed before they enter, they must go for test?
Like I said, this was told to me, but I don't have anything concrete yet, to be very
But how
honest.
about the rated members, star rated members?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that all having a test also? No.
No, not that I know of, but I think the implementation of the usual scanning and the temperature check and all this would be in place. There may be some hotels that may go a bit more by offering complimentary oximeters, or they may even go complimentary face masks and hand sanitizers. They might do that, but we have not got into that with any of the members at the moment.
Do you guys have a standard SOP for all the hotels? Likewise, all these 50% of the capacity. I mean, the inventory rooms only can be sold, or leave the rooms to be brief for one day or whatever.
Okay, as far as the SOPs are concerned, what we know is most of the members will be abiding with what the government has set, from the usage of pools to dine-ins and everything. Those SOPs being the how do you say, the leading guide to the hotel setting the SOPs. As you know, some big boys on the islands, they have their own corporate SOPs and policies which they will adhere to. Now, this may set a little bit of this may set difference from the normal operated hotels to that of probably chain based.
So,
Okay, Eugene.
Yeah.
Sorry. So far, how many airlines will be flying to Langkawi confirm by on the 16th, the first day of the travel bubble?
Okay, good. I've checked this out earlier today. I know there will be a flight from Malindo, and if I'm not wrong, Air Asia will be flying in. But I do not know about the loading, and there are a few times from Penang. But I noticed the flights that are flying from Penang if we talk about Penang, flying from Penang to Langkawi will be connecting flights. Because I personally tried to book a flight down to Langkawi for the 16th, and it's going to take me 3 hours to 5 hours because it's a connecting flight. So I'm not really clear whether there's going to be any direct flight at the moment.
What about from Singapore? Is Singapore, they will be allowing the airline from Singapore to come to
Langkawi?
Langkawi? Yeah.
Actually, Haziz, last week I had a talk with the Kesihatan people, and they mentioned about setting up a PKRC in Langkawi. For one of the reasons was to cater to Scoot Air, which is flying in from Singapore.
Okay.
Again, I've not been made understand of any firm dates or any arrangements as such. But I think what KKM, or rather the state Kesihatan, is trying to do is to get the infrastructure ready for such a thing to take place.
Okay, one question everybody is concerned is, will this Singapore guests flying in, uh, will they be quarantined?
I think
What is the SOP now? Have they decided, or they are still
no.
deliberating how to go about it?
I think Aziz, that should appear with the SOP that is expected to be out
Tomorrow.
but tomorrow. But as of now, no, I cannot give you an answer on this, Aziz. But on a personal note, I think as much as we are cautious about this COVID, we have to also make sure that the people coming to the island are not inconvenient.
Yes,
If you get
agreed.
somebody to come and stay for 3 days or 5 days, and that's days wasted, right? And you will probably stay an average of 3 days. I mean, on the island, like, if you're a local traveler. So if you're actually going to get quarantined for some days of it, it's really going to hamper the initiatives, I think.
So meaning that you are encouraged if the kids or the Wagga must enter to your island also welcome, or any restriction?
I'm like I said, I think this goes back to the SOP. But as far as I'm concerned, if they are double dose and they are
But
well
because of
cared for,
the kid is not vaccinated, right? Not
right? I
arranged.
think the same may apply, Andy, for dine-ins. So now
Mm,
dine-ins you open for double dose, but
mm,
some of them bring in their kids.
mm.
So this is something we just have to, I guess, find a way to manage.
Yeah,
We just can't say you can't bring your kids.
yeah.
So
This is very make us concerned because Langkawi as a pirate travel bubble. So
mhm.
I just recently heard a very bad news of the Terengganu. Do you know that about the Terengganu Primula Hotel?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
There been 29 staff affected positive case and
Wow.
closed for 14 days.
Okay.
Mm.
But I think in Langkawi wise, I don't know whether it's immature for me to say this, but 90% of the hotel staff have already been vaccinated,
Yeah.
and I think the population has already hit herd immunity that has been set. So to a certain degree, even though of course we know that even though you're vaccinated, you can still get it, but to a
Yes.
certain degree, a certain level of protection has been there. So I cannot comment on Primula's case. I'm not sure whether precautions were taken and so on and so forth.
You see, Eugene, like what Singapore government have said, bluntly, that this COVID will be here forever, and we have to live with it.
Yeah,
exactly.
it become endemic.
We cannot run away. So whatever it is, the tourism industry must goes on.
Yes.
Because if we start waiting, there's no ending.
Right.
Even after you are having double dose. So the only thing if they follow the SOP, using the mask distancing, but we have to live with it, whether
True.
we like, if not, the industry will die slowly lah.
True. True. It will be a sunset industry if it's not carefully managed.
I see some guys from Langkawi. I think Isaac, one of the hot Isaac.
Please, Eric, any question from you, Eric?
How are you, Eric?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you very
How's
much.
this, Eric? If you still remember me.
Yes, of course.
Those, yes.
The issue from my point of view, there's still an average about 80 cases every day, new cases coming in. And I think the local enforcement, the health department should have taken way ahead before, about 3 weeks before, to have a serious thing to eradicate the numbers of them and control it. It looks like it still has not been contained as yet. So this is something which is very precarious, and a lot of people in the Klang Valley are worried whether to go there or not. And number two is, from the Klang Valley, as what you know, you still need to have your second dose after 14 days, and you also need to have a police permit to get into Langkawi, subject to allowance from the police. Tomorrow we may have a new SOP that we all cannot say what is happening. So in my point of view, it's better to have the island safe for tourists to come in, and so that we will not have any issues later on, and this will jeopardize the entire situation of the Langkawi people.
Yes. Eric is correct. When because it's very, very important as a pilot travel bubble, so it must be successful. If not, very hard. Eugene, do you have any precaution on this?
Yeah, well, I of course agree with Eric 100%. Being a person there on the island, he would have a better feel of it. But on the other hand, I think if we are modeling or we are concerned of the opening of Langkawi to Phuket, I think we have to first understand that our opening scale would be rather small. What I mean by small is it would be very domestically consumed, meaning Langkawi people first, Kedahan people first. And then when the state government and when the federal government announces interstate travel, then we look at it expanding to other states. And then eventually we hope that early next year or first quarter we can look at international travel. So I think the advantage from where I see is that we are opening it gradually. We are not going abroad saying, calling everybody to come, and then we will lose control. So if we are going to do this, based on stages, we would learn to adapt, we would learn to adjust, we would learn to probably amend the more appropriate SOPs, that we should be putting in place. This is just my opinion.
Oh, I see. So this first stage of travel bubble of Langkawi is only gradually accepting which country?
Country.
Where are they from?
Where are they from? Yeah.
Are you allowing this from the mainland guests, Eugene?
Yeah, because from what I understand, you cannot interstate. So if you cannot interstate, that means you have to be very domestically consumed.
Only Langkawi only lah.
Langkawi and Kedah probably, right? I mean,
same like Negeri Sembilan and PD, like just intrastate.
Yeah, you don't have interstate now, right? Unless you're traveling for business.
Yeah.
Other than that,
but I thought Langkawi travel bubble open for international also, right? No.
No, I don't know. I heard of that, but not that I know of. But I think the international,
not
the
yet.
bubble,
not yet.
The bubble travel will only happen when interstate is raised. Until such time, it's just domestic consumption.
Then why such a name of travel bubble? Since Negeri Sembilan like PD also already intrastate already. We already started intrastate and booming already.
Yeah.
Actually, travel bubble is given name by someone only. There's no name for this. There's no name for this tourism actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder is a travel bubble is a special open for international or any interstate to go in.
By right, it should be like that. But no, I think they're putting that in anticipation of full blown tourism down the road lah. But right now, short term view is going to be domestic support. Yeah.
Still intrastate.
So it's like any other state who have gone into phase 2, right?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how it is. Yeah, that's how it is.
Andy,
Hi, Uzaidi.
Andy, would you like to invite Encik Halim? Encik Halim is in the house.
Yeah, I already invite him, but he don't want to come up. Dato' So, have you anything, questions?
Okay, I'll invite Halim.
Tuan Pisul is also here.
Yeah. Dato' So,
Assalamualaikum and good evening, everybody.
Dato'.
Obviously, everybody excited about the opening of the travel to Langkawi on the 16th.
Yes.
But from my personal perspective, is I sense a lot of communication issues here, communication problems, in terms of real communication to the industry player. What is it that we are expected to perform upon the arrival of our customer. Second thing, I think, is that whatever the SOP that will come out tomorrow, I hope that it has already an engagement with the industry people to give some feedback, so that when it's actually applied, bila digunakan, then people are not confused. That will also bring to the subject matter of helpline ataupun call center yang mana boleh memberikan maklumat yang jelas, because people may get confused on how it's been implemented. Jadi elok juga, because besok is we still have about another 9 days before the actual opening. I think it's important that at least a try run within a classroom setup with the industry players, the hoteliers, restaurant people, then whoever is the front line of the industry, be involved to refine if the SOP are not fine. Because what you don't want to do is you may have complication and also miscommunication at the ground level, but you need to manage it, because it's not going to be smooth, that's for sure. So how do you actually manage the situation bila benda tak smooth? So how do you go around about it? Macam sekarang ni, I think Eugene with all the members are ready, tapi macam Eugene kata tadi, it could just be people travelling within the state of Kedah.
Yeah, is it true? Only Kedah.
So that's where I say this is where the communication is. Everybody's like, is it?
Confusing.
Can I from Kuala Lumpur go to Langkawi, or what's happening? So so it's a major agenda on the communication. It has to be communicated clearly, and then maybe the FAQ has got to be there. And then kalau orang tak clear pun, is there a way they can they can ask somebody, to refer to somebody, kan?
Yeah, Eugene, you have any comment?
Yeah, just to add on to what Dato' said, like even now, Dato', even you are right with the communication. You see, even you talk about Kuala Kedah. Now Kuala Kedah is closed because it's PKD. So that's one jetty down to support the bubble tourism. And I think they're only going to release it on the 19th of September. And 16th of September is supposed to be the launch of Langkawi. So thought process prior to this implementation was not really put into. I guess we are still fighting fires. Engagement was done with LADA, and I believe Ma was involved in 2 of it. And MAH has put up 14 points proposal to LADA on what were our suggestions to add into the SOP. And it was acknowledged, but we have to wait and see tomorrow. That's all I can say.
Okay, Eugene. There's some Datin Rahayu has raised a hand. So I will invite Datin Rayu to speak, yeah? Okay, Datin Rayu?
Yeah, Datin Rayu, come on the stage. And anybody, any question, please raise your hand. I'll invite you to the stage. Hi, Datin Rayu.
Okay, Datin Rayu, please go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Salam.
Hi, good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening.
Cik
Hi, good
Aziz,
evening.
Andy,
Yeah.
Uzaidi,
Yeah.
and everyone.
Mhm.
Right, I was actually quite disappointed when I heard the travelling is only for mainland and
Interested, yeah.
Langkawi.
Yeah, agreed, agreed.
Saya dah siap buat infografik semua Cik Aziz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saya dah nak book flight nak pergi sana dah.
Ya
Betul.
ke?
Yeah.
My luggage
Okay.
also get ready, yeah.
I hope if Eugene,
Yes, yes.
maybe you have I don't know, maybe you can some or other have a projection as in when will it open up, so at least we are we are ready, that's number one. And then number two, pertaining the SOP just now, if say in future we are hoping to open the borders for international tourists to come, right? If we can have some kind of like a negotiation with the other country, uh, for them to have all the quarantines here in Malaysia instead, so they will spend longer here. You see, so that will
Right.
probably give benefit to the tourism in Malaysia. If you understand what I mean,
Yeah, I do.
am I making some sense? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you.
I think as far as the projection is concerned, Datin, it will all boil back to interstate travel and how soon we hit herd immunity. But as far as the hotels are projecting, we are looking at a start off of probably 20% in the next 2 months. And from there, we are looking at another projection of a hike up once we have the interstate travel. Of course, the international travel will definitely be the cream on the cake, especially for those hotels which are catering to it. As far as the quarantine is concerned, or your second suggestions, I know the hotels on mainland. I mean, I was doing it last year. We had that, but that were Malaysians coming back. So I think that idea of yours, maybe we could channel to LADA or through the relevant ministries. Thank you.
Okay, we have the next person just now who raised his hand, Eugene.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Datin.
Thank you, Datin. Thank you.
From Langkawi also, Mr. Fizol.
Visual, yeah,
yes.
visual.
Please, Fizol.
Good evening and Assalamualaikum everybody. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Good
Thank
evening.
you. DJ.
DJ.
Okay. As far as Langkawi is concerned, from what I get to know, it's open to all the state who have been
Oh, I
vaccinated
see.
with 2 doses and 14
Yeah,
days.
supposed to be.
The whole state. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
what supposed to. I think I don't know whether because what the most important thing that we are very doubt is our SOP.
Yes.
I've been pushing as this SOP for 2 months already. Since they plan to open up, when they said to them, when they plan to open up, we need the SOP. For example, a simple method, the car rental people, what they need to do in
Yes.
detail.
Yes.
Yeah, the SOP, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there's the SOP detail to them. Individual company who what catering this, that, that's very important for us to move forward. Without SOP, tomorrow is going to be the 7 already. We have another 9 more days to go. The people are been calling every day now and then to ask me what shall we do. I said, hold on. I also don't know what to say to them because it's the last kopeck for them,
Yes, yes, it's the last bullet.
The last bullet with the amount of money they have to jumpstart is not easy, For 2 years, we have been waiting and waiting and waiting, but Alhamdulillah, everybody was so patient, to wait for the good moment. For me personally, I don't mind. Tomorrow also you open now, I'm okay. Because I have a lot of things pending. But what you talking about safety and security,
Yes.
That's why that's my argument with Motek. You want to do things, do it proper, That's why my suggestion in the beginning that we open for Langkawi and Langkawi people first to adapt with this new norm, with the SOP what we have, Then inter-district, then open to all the state. At least we here understand what is the meaning of the new norm and also the SOP that we need to follow and the guidance. Because the end, whatever we are talking about, it back to the enforcement.
But I don't know.
You know?
This is my idea. Even though we don't highly depends on the government or the KKM or MKN to give out the SOP, I think the society and I mean the tourism player like hotelier or those tourism industry player, they have their own platform to communicate each other to have a tighten SOP on their own, like Negeri Sembilan, even the intrastate open up. Now we do all this very tight. Only to those vaccinated with the 14 days, we accept the booking. This is how I think. Don't highly depend on the government. We don't hope on a PDRM to block all these people, but I will check
I agree
in.
with you, Andy.
Yeah.
I do 100% agree with you, but you don't know what is the situation in Langkawi.
What is the situation? All alone nature.
Fizol,
Yeah.
yeah. One interesting factor I want to ask before I forget.
Yeah, sir.
The last, I think a few MCOs when they release it,
Yeah.
the most glaring thing was the ferry.
Yes, correct.
The SOP of the ferry. They putting people there, no distancing. So that also another factor which I think the authority should look into it.
I will answer for the ferry. In the beginning, they follow what the government asked, 50% in the social distancing. They follow for about 1 week or 2 weeks around that. After that, when the airline don't have social distancing, the ferry consortium, they have the argument on that area. Why the airline is not doing that? We are doing that. So the government release. You don't have to have the social distancing in the ferry. That's how in December the thing explode to Langkawi. You see, that's why you have to be firm.
Yes.
Yep. Agree.
Cannot mean cannot.
Yes.
Yes mean yes. That's why I'm a bit skeptical on this opening also. Not to say we are against the government.
Yeah,
because
of course.
suddenly the PM announced that it's open blanketly like that.
Yeah, the
We were shocked.
enforcement important.
Yeah, we were shocked. It's okay, but we still said never mind. We follow whatever they were saying, but we need the SOP because we need to understand our SOP. We know that MAH is involved with SOP. I'm not worried about the hotel SOP. They know what they are doing. But what about the others?
So Eugene, do you have any?
This thing is not in place yet. That's my comment, my 2 cent comment. If we don't have the SOP detail ready, we're going to face a lot of problems.
I think I agree with JP Shul. I agree 100%. This is what we've been said by Datuk Zul. The clarity of the procedure, the clarity of what can be done, what cannot be done. We have received a lot of inquiries from KL, wanted to go to Langkawi on the 16th, getting ready on the 16th. So I don't know whether we can or not. We can accept the bookings or not. So we are still in the dark. We hope that by tomorrow we'll be able to understand better what can be done, what cannot be done. Thank you.
One more update, Mr. Zadi, you all don't mind. Today also there's a few protests from the community NGO.
In Langkawi.
In Langkawi to ask the government, to postpone. Because you see,
the dangerous.
KPD in Kuala Kedah.
I heard.
Close.
So there's less ferry, Faisal. Right? There's less ferry traveling, you see.
Close.
Yeah, I know. That means there's no ferry from Kuala Kedah.
Yeah, only one ferry from Kuala Perlis.
Kuala Perlis.
Kuala Perlis, it means you entering another state.
Yes, right.
Yes.
And you have to apply for that.
Yeah.
Whether we have the understanding with Kedah and Perlis some more. For me, from Langkawi to go back to my mother's house, I have to go to via Kuala Perlis, I have to get the letter to enter the state. Then from the state, I have to go back to Alostar, you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing that they overlook, because when they announced that we open Langkawi in the 16th, we were shocked, because you don't study that Kota Star, the entrance point, Kuala Kedah is the main entry, JT to Kuala Perlis is already red zone and super red.
So maybe in their mind they only accept the flight traveler flying
That's why
there.
I was told in the
Yeah,
beginning.
Eugene. Yeah, Eugene. Do you have
Yeah.
any idea?
That's why I was told in the beginning when I
Yeah.
have involved in discussion with them. KKM are pushing more flights
More
instead of
flight.
ferry.
Yes.
That's the beginning. Then they said, okay, we introduce more flight to Langkawi. We said fine, because flight we are more consistent in terms of
Safety.
SOP and all these things. We are fine with that. This is the latest update. But tomorrow we see how the SOP coming out, because we try to ask for SOP. We want to see the sample.
Yeah.
They don't want to give to us to see.
The earlier the possible, then they can discuss and
Because not
evaluate.
to say
Is
we
it?
want to comment or we just want to
Just
see
want to
what are the
evaluate.
things have been
Correct.
been applied,
been discussed. Yeah.
been discussed. Until today, I'm still grumbling about SOP. Whoever asked me, I said, where's the SOP? Until they are really fed up with me. Then today also a few officers, director called me from the government. Hey, why you always asking about SOP? I said, yes, because we want to move forward, and the players are looking forward to get things organized for their own, arrangement. I'm sorry lah, This is my comment.
Eugene, do you have any idea of it? Also, how they are going? Any hotel so they're already ready to accept all this, even though whatever SOP they are open it.
Hotel, we're not worried. Hotel is good.
We have our SOP.
They have. Everywhere you go, so hotel, we are not worried.
Yeah.
I'm worried what the others.
All this, others. All this.
Hotel, they will follow, they're very strict,
Yes.
We have our security, we have our, hotel, I would say that we will follow,
So Eugene, do you accept booking already?
Sorry, do we accept bookings?
Yeah, already accepted booking already?
I believe some of the members have.
Okay.
But, whether it's for the short term or long term, I'm not sure. But I know one hotel has already received, or rather have told me that bookings have been quite good for the month of December.
I see Agoda already. I mean, all these OTA already open up for Langkawi already.
Correct. So that's your answer. Yeah.
Okay, Eugene, I'm inviting Halim. If
Yeah,
he can give us,
sure.
Halim, come up here. Have some comment.
Cik Aziz, just and our friends here. Just for information, the cheapest flights from KL to Langkawi on the 16th is 500 ringgit. Return.
Okay, lo. you don't expect cheap flight now already.
Uzaidi.
Yeah.
Might as well I go and stay at the Hibiscus, man.
Okay, I can tell you the new norm now is no more cheap things now because new norm market we are going to have last time you can travel 3 times a year, but I don't think now you can only travel 1 time a year if you plan for lah. Hi Halim, come have a speak.
Hi, good afternoon. Good evening.
Hey, good evening.
Well, it's all of the above, isn't it? I think you guys have touched on all sections of positive and also sections of concern. I wouldn't say negative, but it's more of a concern.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned this now about the Phuket sandbox, and you are right. The problem wasn't the foreigners that were coming in. Yes, some were positive when they did the RTKs and all that. But majority of it was spread through the local community. Yeah. So that would be one area of concern. I mean, if you look even in Port Dickson for that matter, there are still some restaurants that have not opened, right?
Yes. They don't want to open also.
They want to open.
Can't even have your famous Iki.
Yeah, this is their concern.
Still closed,
Yeah.
They still feel it's not safe, Halim.
Yeah.
Correct. So this is where I think it's very important. I mean, SOP is one thing. I mentioned last time during my session was
Yep.
about the enforcement,
Yep.
implementation of the SOP. You know, if we really look at the current situation, you know, in Langkawi, I have a few friends who were there over the weekend and prior to last week as well. Very they did say that it was rather lacking the way the SOPs when you go into the small shops here and there. So it's a situation where I think it's rather confusing. I mean, Fisol, you mentioned tadi the jetty Kuala Kedah is closed. If I want to take the jetty the ferry, I have to go to Kuala Perlis. That means interstate travel or what? Even flying, for that matter. You know, I can fly from Subang to Langkawi. It may take me 3 hours and it will cost me 500 ringgit. But isn't that also interstate? So unless you are going for business, that means you have to carry a letter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very confusing, you know, what they want to do for now. And unless I see Lada preparing the MySafe, they're preparing the Ceria and all that, you know, I think on the ground there may be some control, but I don't believe it's even 70% safe yet to consider going into Langkawi. You know?
Yep.
So yeah, it's a situation where it's going to be another guinea pig scenario lah.
Correct.
Let's try. Let's hope nothing major happens. If anything does happen, we'll contain it in Langkawi itself. That's why KKM is gearing up the hospitals and polyclinics and all that to ensure that they're able to do immediate caring for those who are serious. And 80%, 90% vaccinated in Langkawi, so they are hoping. Again, I use the word hoping that there won't be any stage 3, 4, or 5 severe cases happening in Langkawi. So the first 2 weeks to a month, I would say, will be very crucial to see what transpires in Langkawi itself. You know? Then comes the next question. Those that have gone there, and then when they come back to the mainland, you know, is there going to be a situation where cases on the mainland will start increasing because the mainland have not achieved the 80%? You know, you just take one small town, you know, Kepala Batas or whatever. Sorry, not Kepala Batas. Sungai Petani lah for that matter. Kan? A lot of factories, a lot of industrial and all that. You know, very close to Eugene's home. Kan? So,
yeah,
how do we control that? So, yeah, again, it's a test lah, you know. UK did that over the summer. Central Europe did that. Mediterranean Europe did that. And what they did was they took the numbers of cases versus the number of visitors and it's below 10%. So to them, the numbers are small, therefore it's considered a success.
Success, yeah.
I suppose this is something that we are trying to do here. That's all my comment on this.
Do you think the RTK test is workable?
I mean, we all know RTK is not 100% accurate.
Yep.
Right?
But at least they filtered it.
There is some chances of it with coming up with the wrong result.
True. Yeah.
So it's just macam kita punya first aid lah, basically, kan?
Yeah.
You know, immediately you get to know. But even those with RTK, even like in Singapore, they still have to stay 2 days in the room.
Yeah.
They're confined in the room for 2 days. The Germans and the Bruneians who are traveling to Singapore now, there's still a 2 days after they take RTK on arrival. See, so is this what we can afford?
before you
Most
travel
people on holiday, but you spend a few days in your room, you know, and then only you are allowed out once you are confirmed not infected. Yeah.
The people itself in Langkawi, you know, because we have 2 tiers here. One is legal, you know, since I was in Langkawi in 1988 until today, you know.
One of the 7 curse of Mashuris.
I've been fighting with Motex, you know. for how many years about it, you know. So this is the thing. That's why I that day during the last meeting that we have with Motec, I asked them, what is the meaning of the new norm? They said the new norm is new norm lah. Something that we have to practice, blah 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 blah. I said, actually, for me, the new norm, we have to go back to our roots, where the akta you must implement, you know, guna pakai akta what we have, what is meant by travel agent, what is meant by hoteliers, what is meant, what this is that. This is a new norm for everybody to start and jump start again. Then everybody is safe. I said to them, you know, that's why they after that they feel bit, you know,
but
this is this thing.
they know the dangerous of it or not? I don't think they don't know.
They know the dangerous of it. That's why they were asking every day, been calling, brother, where's the SOP? Even though the draft also we cannot see, and tomorrow the SOP is coming up. If not comfortable with us, then I keep on pressuring again. You know, because pity the people, the players. They've said their mind, open is open, but we want to follow now. High time for us to follow the rules and
got to work
regulations.
together.
They also tired, you know.
Yeah.
For how
I
many
think it's the last
months
bullet.
already
It's the last
they
bullet.
lost the business.
That's
Now
why.
they are
Cik
ready.
Piso?
Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Cik Piso.
Yes, please.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah,
Cik
okay, go
Piso,
ahead.
how are
Go ahead,
you?
go ahead. I'm fine, thank you, Radin. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If I can recommend, whatever the SOP coming out tomorrow, just have an agreement with Kementerian to improve lah, tambah baik, you know, ikut kepada keadaan. Is that okay? So that they then maybe LADA can also, otherwise nanti, yeah.
I agreed with you, you see. It backfire back to the players. If
That's right,
the
yeah.
SOP is not really intact, you know, they said it's not
Yeah.
SOP, they start argument there, you know. For me,
Mm.
I do this, whatever, that, we are fine with it. What about the players itself? You know, that's the whole scenario of Langkawi is totally different from other part of Malaysia. I'm telling you guys today. I'm telling you, no, Eugene know better.
Gani, you know anything?
Gani also know about it. All the Langkawi people, I mean, they might be agreed or not agreed. Yeah.
Okay, alright. I masuk sikit lah. And
Go ahead.
hello everyone, Datuk,
Hi.
Datin,
Hi,
Tan Sri,
Gani.
Tuan. Alright. Hi Datin, I bukan orang lang started my travel agent. Since tak ada siapa yang bercakap pasal travel agent ni, I have to say something. Alright. Bila start dengan gelembung, when we talk about gelembung, and then last this early years informing about menggunakan travel agent, there is something like a buffer. There's another management thing untuk manage all this one yang datang beramai-ramai and everything when the travel bubbles has been declared on the 16th. Alright, there must be one mechanism. Alright, last time maybe I talked about hotel thing, but now I'm talking about the travel agent itself. Sebab this is more or less 100%, 99% bread and butter for all the travel agents daripada yang Langkawi ni untuk pastikan. For information, alright, hari ni saja rumors ataupun there's a word coming in that hotel di Langkawi has been fully booked. So I pun ada bercakap dengan Tuan Fishol and everything. Macam mana SOP ni when the public already making bookings, alright, and then satu Kuala Kedah dah bar fences, so tinggal Kuala Perlis saja. And then I agree juga macam mana ni mechanism of interstate travel nak pergi ke Kuala Perlis which is not part of Kedah, alright, untuk masuk balik ke dalam Langkawi is part of Kedah. And then the other option is flight. Suddenly Malindo announce 6 flight untuk pergi ke Langkawi. So bila those yang datang di Langkawi ni step a foot, siapa yang jaga movement control order dia orang ni? Alright. So dari segi a little bit of common sense and logic, there must be the instrument iaitu travel agents. I have 200% no doubt about the hotel. Tuan, we have the Eugene and everything Mr. Isaac, everything. Yes, the hotel is properly, they are ready, ever ready. Tapi jangan cerita pasal Primula lah. I know what's happening in
You
Primula
know
in
ah.
Terengganu. Alright?
You know what
Because
happening
it's a
ah?
quarantine hotel about the petrol gas,
Oh, it's a
Petronas thing
quarantine
and everything.
hotel, yeah.
Kalau tengok daripada Terengganu, the case tinggi, then people in Terengganu were talking lah kan. We are members kita ramai bagi tahu. This what happened. Staff hotel, family, anak-anak semua kena. 30 of them. Okay,
Yalah.
tutup. Alright? So tak nak macam tu. So we have to have something to control. The control is that licensed MOTEC registered travel agents, right? Which is gone through hari tu yang I respect this my sale, tapi tak cukup lagi because why? As what banyak orang datang turun where they want to go, hotel dah ready, they want to do they, if let our guests yang akan maneuvering around di Langkawi freely, right, is going to beat the purpose untuk safety and control ni. Alright, so this is, I dah cakap also dengan Tuan Uzaidi and everything, we would have by the travel agents, licensed and registered, untuk jaga ni semua tu, at least a guest. Alright, itu ini itinerary has been set and everything. Dah ada itineraries, because why? They are travelling by buses, bus persiaran. They are travelling by coaches yang all registered under MOTEC daripada mainland. And then satu lagi, it's not fair to yang berada di Langkawi ini also bertanggungjawab terhadap tahap kesihatan, the health status of all the guests yang masuk ke Langkawi. Why? The obligation, the responsibility has to be done at the mainland. Daripada awal lagi, daripada start from the buses, from semua tu, the travel agent yang arrange tu, the obligation to ensure the safety sebelum masuk Langkawi already been done 100% daripada border ataupun di transit Kuala Kedah, Kuala Perlis and also the airport. Alright, it's safe lagi.
It's supposed to be like that.
So daripada Langkawi ni kita prepared, kita dah well endured to all the regulations and everything. Alright, kita boleh have ni. Betul ke they have been double vaccine? RTK has been gone through ke apa ke, you know, how to serve macam ni. Alright, how to serve when we also, I basically agree dengan whatever that Tuan Pishul yang penting dia orang lama kat sini, I just a new boy on the block je kat sini. But we are talking science here, regulations and everything kat sini, you know, it's very serious.
Yeah, okay.
Gani. Okay, I think the most important thing now, ladies and gentlemen, because what have been said in this forum, the SOP is not out, as Eugene says. So it's very important tomorrow when the SOP is out, after it's out, you all have to go through it. And even though it's out, but you have to deliberate with it. That's an important thing, like what our Negeri Sembilan we are doing. Important thing is both the public who is coming to the hotel or to the places of interest, and also the hotels and all those players. Important that life is very important. It's not money. Somebody's life is gone. So everybody has serious. You have to assist the government. We're not here to say that the noise late. So you have about 9 days. So you take note of all the comments today. Those people in the industry like Fizol, Isaac, Eugene, carefully. And if there's nothing, there's something to be improved, let it be. You tell this MOTEC go into the wrong track, ladies and gentlemen, then Langkawi will goes back to square one, and all the rest of the industry. So this is very important. Semualah, Fizul kereta sewa ni yang, yalah macam-macam orang kan, ada yang legal ke illegal ke, semua kena main peranan lah. Ini penting untuk kita punya industri. Okay, I would like to invite somebody who is also in Langkawi dah lama. Hello. Cik Razmi, the Vice Chairman of Kedah and Perlis. I think he's here. Razmi, are you here? Let him say something, at least to share what his thoughts are.
You got to invite him. Is it Rasmi up on the stage?
Okay, I want to invite Razmi. Okay,
Eugene is back. I wonder where is
Okay,
Eugene.
Razmi.
Yeah, I went missing. I don't know what happened. Okay.
Okay, Razmi.
We have
I've invited
Ahmad
Razmi.
Francis. We have Ahmad Francis. Ahmad Francis, do you have anything to ask or on the stage?
Okay, let Razmi speak first.
Okay, all right.
Razmi. Okay, Razmi Rahmat.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Razmi.
Ya, Assalamualaikum. Selamat petang. Salam
Waalaikumsalam.
sejahtera.
Yeah, good evening.
All the big guns is there is nothing for me to say.
No.
You know, all the valid points, right? Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes,
Go,
Razmi.
proceed.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
think
go
all
ahead.
the big guns is there. I said my boss is there, my chairman for Mah is there. I
Oh,
think
hi.
all the valid points that's been said. All the valid points been said. Okay.
Okay.
And we have, I think it's better that you listen to the ex Adon. I think YB Nosaidi is also inside there. Let him give his peace of mind. I think he knows better. He's a local person. I think it's better that you give him a
Okay,
chance.
so
All right,
where
thank
is
you
he?
very much.
Invite him to come up.
No, Saidi ya.
YB.
Ini orang UMNO ni.
Mana YB ya?
YB X. YB Nur Zaidi. Let me see. Oh yes, okay. I'll bring him up.
Bring him up. YB.
Okay, YB Nur Zaidi.
Say some word to clear our mind. YB.
Is he up ready? Okay. Ya, Cik Nur Zaidi. Silakan.
Mana dia?
Silakan yang berhormat.
Ada, dia sudah up.
Dia sudah up, tapi dia punya speaker.
You mute your speaker.
Okay.
Saya tengah jogging sekarang ni.
Oh.
Tak apa. Jogging pun boleh.
Tak apa. Bagi orang lain dulu. Sekejap lagi saya masuk.
Okay, you masuk nanti.
Okay.
Ahmad Francis, you have anything to raise a question?
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Assalamualaikum
Good
and
evening.
good evening.
Good evening.
Okay.
Good evening.
Thank you for do this Sembang Santai because it clear a lot of people punya mind. You know, it's better for a lot of people that haven't been traveling for so long.
Agreed.
You know,
Yes.
and my concern is that I agree with Mr. Pishol and Mr. Ghani idea about opening and maybe controlling them at the same time. But for me, as I've been travel, not just Malaysia, even outside, okay, because traveling is not about following all those all those itinerary based on people decide on us. It's supposed to be the traveler have to decide what they want to do about their traveling, okay. And at the same time, I believe that the opening of this travel bubble kind of thing is actually require a lot of discussion, especially the discussion need to be joined by the community that live in Langkawi and also the players, I mean the industry players that live in Langkawi, so that they can be open for any kind of suggestion, any kind of objection, so that it is be something like better for them and also be better for the people that are coming in soon. That is the second thing. And the third thing that I maybe want to share also, this opening should be for the happiness of everyone, not just for the industry players
You are right.
and not just for the government or not just for the people that be coming in to the Langkawi. It should be the happiness to the local people as well.
Correct.
It should be the happiness to all family members and also the staff that be working during the opening of Langkawi State. So as for me, this opening should be happy for everyone and not should be harmful for a lot of people. Something that when people go out, people want to happy travel. Like if they go out and if they have doubt, they might harm people in the place, or the people in the place also feel like they might carrying this virus with them.
Yeah.
Something like that. No matter going with ferry ke, going with flight ke, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is what the local need and what is the people need when they are going to travel. That's all I want to share. I'm
Correct.
so sorry
Exactly.
because I no long time not speak English, so
No
I
worry.
try my
Okay.
best.
Good,
But
good.
okay.
Thank
We
you,
understand.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank
Terima
you for
kasih,
listening.
Ahmad.
Okay.
Banyak
Alright,
orang
thank
ni,
you.
banyak orang rindu Langkawi nak pergi ke
Yeah, a
Langkawi.
lot.
Jadi bila ada travel bubble ni, semua satu Malaysia ni excited.
Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Tapi bila hari ini kita bercakap hello dengan orang Langkawi, it seems that everybody is confused. Whether orang luar ni boleh masuk with double vaccination, nak kena dapat
Exactly.
polis punya permit,
Exactly.
kan?
Yes.
Walaupun from other state. Jadi banyak actually today ni kita nak clear lah the confusion. Hopefully by tomorrow when our Kedah punya chairman Eugene dapat dia punya SOP, then you can share with all of us so that kita ni kena bersedia. Yang nak pergi ni pun kena bersedia kan. Macam ada yang ada anak kecil. Macam saya ni ada cucu nak bawa pergi Langkawi. Dan nak buat booking dengan Razmi lagi ni. Nak book flight ticket. Tapi sekarang ni kita tak tahu what is the procedure, because Langkawi is the one of the tempat yang menarik lah. Semua orang satu Malaysia ni mesti one way another pergi Langkawi. It's a duty free island kan. Jadi itulah yang penting ni Mr. Eugene. If you can clear the thing by
I think
tomorrow.
the moment I get it, of course, we will circulate it to the relevant people.
Everybody is looking forward, Eugene.
Aziz, just an update.
Yeah, Razmi.
We have,
sorry.
We have 97 people infected today.
97,
97 today in Langkawi.
Oh.
And this is continuous. About a couple of days ago, there was 212. So average about 80 to 90 people is affected every day. New infection. And
it's been in the news, Eric. It has been in newspaper, and I think the local also are not looking forward actually to be having this
takut
travel bubble Don't takut. I agree with you, Eric.
So you need
I
to
totally
really
agree.
control it first before you will move. Malaysian Airlines on the 17th is having 7 flights into Langkawi from Kuala Lumpur, and they're only charging about 85 ringgit one way. So it is not 500 ringgit.
Okay, I'll book tomorrow lah, Eric.
Okay.
Balik kampung.
Yeah, it's all in the blue. Let's wait until tomorrow before. I think we should go.
I think we wait for the SOPs.
Maybe we have better chance of discussing and talking about what really it is all about.
Yeah, exactly.
So Eugene,
Eugene, anything else you like to respond?
Sorry, Tuan Aziz Andy, my concern here we are with having a little clubhouse chat and all that. Already kita dah concerned about the SOPs. Right? I don't know how much better can they come up with an SOP which is like foolproof. So tomorrow we're going to receive an SOP and there's going to be a lot of questions, a lot of doubts, a lot of all sort of things And it's not going to make it easier. It's just going to make it more confusing, I suppose.
Just like all the other SOPs for the PKPD and all this.
Yes.
Totally agree.
I think more tech people are listening behind us.
I mean, delay the opening, discuss the SOP, get the local community as how Ahmad and all this people were saying, get the local
Agree, because we are coming to their village, their places, so we have to
Can you
respect
do it
their
or not?
home,
Do you
their
do
places.
you have the resources again? Do you have the resources to actually do this SOP or not? Right? Do you need grants to buy the machine? Do you need this, that, everything? Then barulah cakap boleh comply to the SOP. Majority of the cases that we have, people can't comply to it. Number one is the service provider. Secondly is the user of the service. So it's a two-prong lah kan. So
Betul, I totally agree, because we need to have both concern, which is the user and also the people that live in Langkawi, because that's their home. we don't want to go and just making things worse. If they are saying that they are not ready, it's better us to hold ourselves back first and after they can like discuss with the government, with the MOTAC properly, having two-way discussion, I think they can come up with a better plan compared to just one side planning, and suddenly everyone gonna have a lot of question later on. That's difficult even for the YB at that place to answer, or maybe the players and industry players at that place to answer.
Betul lah,
I
Mat.
don't know. It just
Pasal kalau orang Langkawi itself, orang-orang yang kampung-kampung semua yang involved with tourism, diorang sih kalau takut tak ready, and then kita ni yang pergi sana pun, we will be also in the, apa kata orang ni, terjejas lah.
in doubt.
Ha, kita
Exactly.
pun takut.
Betul.
Ha.
So as long as they are two-way communication, like they may have discussed with the local authority how they're gonna conduct the SOP and everything. I think we can solve. I mean, at least from 100 question, maybe we can deduct to only 50 question je, ataupun 50 tanda tanya after the SOP come out,
Yeah,
because we
that's
have
correct.
solved the another 50 question.
Yeah, that's correct. The
Something like that.
local authority is very important to pantau all these things. Then whether they can come out without check all
Okay,
the.
YB, are you ready, YB? No
Okey,
sliding.
Yeah, YB,
Nak
YB,
Saibi
yeah,
sini bukan YB lah. Okey,
Bekas YB lah.
ya. Begini terima kasih kepada saya menjemput. Saya pun baru join Clubhouse ni. Tak pandai sangat lagi. Semuanya semua yang dicakap tu baik, betul. Saya bersetuju sangat. Tadi pun saya menulis panjang lebar mengenai isu ini dekat Facebook. Saya upload, saya ingat 10,000 orang dah yang seen, ramai orang yang dah saya bawa dua isu. Yang pertama, kebersediaan kerajaan, dan yang kedua ialah penerimaan local people. Untuk your information, saya ingat kalau kita buat survey, lebih daripada 85% orang Langkawi tak bersetuju untuk buka dalam masa yang terdekat ni. Bukan tak setuju secara total, tetapi pada mereka kita tak ready. Antara sebab tak ready, yang pertama, kes masih tinggi. Yang kedua, kita belum ada satu SOP yang pada saya yang berkesan lah. Kita mesti ada two-way communication. Saya bersetuju. Dan persoalan yang saya bangkitkan tadi ialah kalaulah Phuket, saya ingat Phuket lebih 10 kali ganda maju daripada kita. Kita perlu belajar daripada Phuket. Phuket pun dia buka daripada 1 Julai dan tutup 3 Ogos disebabkan oleh penularan kes yang tak terkawal. Pengalaman ini kita tidak boleh ambil simply case. Kita tak boleh begitu excited untuk buka. Kerana persoalan saya tadi ialah, persoalan saya kita buka bukan untuk tutup, tetapi buka untuk terus buka.
Yes.
Tetapi persoalan buka tetapi bukan untuk tutup, siapa yang buat kerja ni? Siapa yang kaji apa masalah di Phuket dan bagaimana kita come up with the pengalaman Phuket itu, bagaimana kita nak sesuaikan dengan Langkawi bagi menghadapi lambakan turis. Kenapa saya kata lambakan turis? Sebab tahun lepas kita dah buka November, Disember, berlaku lambakan turis yang tak terkawal. Sebab apa yang tak terkawal? Dua sebab. Yang pertama, kita tidak ada mekanisme di pintu-pintu masuk utama seperti Kuala Kedah, Kuala Perlis. Sehingga kan di viral begitu crowded. Begitu juga di Cenang dan di beberapa hotspot lain. Kita tidak ada. Jadi kalau begitu, kita masih salah menyalah, selesai masalah. Pada saya tidak. Apa yang perlu kita buat? Kita perlu wujudkan steering committee, jawatan kuasa pemandu. Siapa yang perlu anggota steering committee? Yang pertama, pihak berkuasa. Pihak berkuasa tempatan, dan ini merupakan projek negara, bukan projek Langkawi by itself. Maksudnya Langkawi sebagai bubble travel.
Pilot.
Maksudnya ini daripada Kementerian Pelancongan kena take the lead. Sebab nak jadikan Langkawi sebagai sampel case. Saya sebut dalam perusahaan tadi, Jangan jadikan Langkawi tikus makmal untuk dibuat uji kaji. If anything happen, kita akan boom Langkawi. Orang luar boleh datang dan pergi. Dan dia balik tempat dia. What happened to Langkawi people? Apa akan jadi
Betul.
kepada orang Langkawi? Siapa yang akan membuat ataupun untuk repair? Apabila dia jadi rosak, kita nak repair susah. Cegah sebelum parah. Sebab itu saya kata, SOP juga, jangan kita buat berdasarkan syok sendiri ataupun one-sided. Tak boleh. Kita kena jemput wakil industri. Orang-orang yang berpengalaman. Siapa wakil industri? Hotel, mandu pelancong, pemilik kereta sewa. Bukan kita panggil setiap orang. Kita panggil wakil. Kita dengar on their side. Dan kita juga, pihak jabatan kerajaan yang terlibat, bentangkan dia punya idea. Lepas tu kita bincang dua side. Perbincangan itu akan melihat suatu bukan rumah siap, pahat berbunyi, rakyat tengok apa benda. Rakyat nak patuh yang mana? Rakyat nak dengar yang mana satu? Akhirnya, pemain industri. Pada saya, frontliner kepada industri pelancongan. Siapakah frontliner kepada industri pelancongan? Apakah mereka ini bersedia dari segi mental, dari segi SOP? Mereka tak bersedia. Sebab mereka tak tahu. Dan sampai sekarang, kenapalah dia jadi macam embargo sangat? Kenapa sulit sangat? Saya ingat open the floor lah untuk bincang. Kita letakkan ego di sebelah, boleh tak?
Betul.
Sebab yang paling penting ialah kita membawa imej negara. Kalaulah Langkawi berjaya dalam bubble travel ini, akan menjadi benchmarking kepada dunia. Tapi kalau kita gagal, bagaimana kita nak buka for the international? Dia akan side effect to us. Dia orang akan bagi tahu bahawa nak handle orang Kedah main Langkawi pun kita gagal. Macam mana nak handle satu dunia punya turis? Ini benchmarking. This is our image. Jadi saya mengharapkan, last saya nak beritahu, saya mengharapkan anything happen besok dia bentangkan, that is not the final lah. Bawa balik ke meja rundingan, kita bincang balik dan carilah penyelesaian yang win-win situation. Saya mengharapkan player-player utama, seperti mana yang dalam ni lah, yang tycoon saya tak semua sebut satu-satu lagi, ada yang tak sebut, kecil hati pula. Tetapi pada saya, kita jangan pandang negatif pada lokal. Pada lokal. Kerana lokal, mereka ini sahaja rumah tangga mereka. Ini sahaja tempat jatuh mereka. Jadi kalau kita hanya buat paper dalam bilik aircon saja, kita tak rasa macam mana peritnya mereka. Sekarang orang Langkawi yang ramai tadi yang kena berhenti kerja, dia orang dah balik kampung sebahagiannya. Dia orang nak set up new business, bukalah masa sebulan, tutup balik. Apa yang akan dia orang rasa? Dah lah duit tak ada. Buka perlukan modal untuk set up balik, reopen. Jadi persoalan-persoalan ni kena fikir. Jadi terima kasih banyak-banyak kepada semua yang sayang Langkawi. Terima kasih.
Thank you, YB.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat malam. Bye-bye.
Thank you, YB.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Saya nak tanya kepada kita.
Thank you, Cik Uzaidi for that input. It's such a eye opener.
Okay, Eugene. My question, Eugene, maybe the last. Okay, after all these talks about, our saudara Uzaidi, XYB cakap, orang Langkawi pun tak bersedia, about 80% yang tak setuju. But during your engagement with MOTEC and the authority concerned, have at any time that the industry player have brought up to them that, you still need time to go through the SOP. You got to know the sentiments of the local people before they decided to do this. Because travel bubble is a big word, If you look what Phuket is doing, it's such that it's going to be international. So, but then again, through our talk today, most of the Langkawi residents or players say that the local people not ready, or they disapprove.
Not really engaged into the whole thing,
Yeah. So what is your comment on this?
I think it's true because as you can see, most of the Langkawi people are voicing out that they were not consulted on what should be inside the SOP. I feel to a certain extent, maybe the gentlemen like Pishol and all, they have brought it up. But
Okay.
whether it's in the SOP that needs to be approved by MKN, we can only wait and see tomorrow. But I think the concerns are valid. We look at two aspects. From the point of business, of course, we need to survive. But I think the impact on the society, if it's not done well, it could be very devastating. So it has to be tracked very carefully. Thanks, Aziz.
Okay. Okay, Andy.
I think this one is a very balanced. We have to balance it, because life is important, economy is important also. So we got to find a balance point of it, lah. So that is why. So all these people, we need responsibility on their own, because we are talking about life, and also we have the responsibility of the balancing of the economy, because we need to survive. So find a balancing point. So that's why we need to come out and open talk together, find the solution. Of course, I don't think this virus will be gone one day or whatever. So we have to find a solution to live with it. So whether get vaccinated, of course, then whether the vaccine efficacy is good enough, then the KKM, they have to play the important rules to produce us the transparency data. You see, so this is very important. I see the death case is still very high now. So what your comment, Eugene?
On the dead cases, yeah,
Uh,
it is still very alarming for Langkawi. But we just have to find a way to curb it, I guess. And I think Kesihatan is probably doing it, but we are not seeing the result that gives us this the security that tourism will be, or rather the opening up will be a success, lah. I guess that's the concern now.
Okay,
But on the other
Uzaidi.
hand,
right.
Can we have some word
I
from you before we,
Uzaidi.
ready?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you,
Yeah,
Aziz. I
yeah.
think looking at this the discussion that we had tonight, I think there's a lot of things that are still pending. We are we are very concerned whether how can we balance it up the epidemic livelihood and epidemic the life of the human being.
Yeah.
Is tough, yeah, I know, and a lot of investment also has been made, and a lot of lives also has been at stake. So we have to wait for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Aziz, we have
Yes,
to wait
yes.
for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Whatever
No
it is,
point
that's the
no
solution.
point we
Yeah, we got to wait
arguing.
for
we dream
tomorrow.
tonight.
And
We
see
dream.
what is what
We
is
dream
the
tonight.
SOP? Yeah, we have to wait.
Yeah,
If
we have to
the
wait for
SOP
tomorrow lah.
come up, if the SOP come up tomorrow, if not,
Yeah, but
Okay.
I also think JP Show, we got to get ready for a lot of U-turns, a lot of amendments, and even if we do open, they will not be finalized yet. You know what I mean? This is quite usual.
Yeah.
Uzaidi.
Okay,
Yeah.
Aziz.
Yeah.
Okay, Uzaidi.
Yes.
Okay, Uzaidi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aziz, yeah.
First, go ahead.
Yeah, I think this coffee shop talk should have been done a month or two before, you know.
I agree.
Coffee shop.
I agree, Azmi.
Then you can put forward whatever proposal to the
Yeah,
government, whether it's new
different.
government or whether it's the old
Yeah,
government.
Yeah.
Okay,
agree.
now I think it's a bit too late. Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to share that I think my friend Mr. Ghani was saying most of the hotels are fully booked. But for your info, because I'm based in Langkawi, you see my boss is in Ulster. We are not fully booked. We don't take bookings yet. We also are not sure. See,
Yeah.
most of the hotels are just waiting. Okay, we're just waiting. But the worst part is we already stand by and taken most of the hotels already taken 50% of their staff in back. Yeah. So that's a bit worried. So imagine what happened is like my friend Eugene was saying that it's a U-turn within a day or two. What can happen to that staff?
Yeah.
What can happen to that
Agree.
staff? And then okay, you have to be on leave back again. You know. So it's pretty bad, really bad. But I do agree. Whatever it is, basically they have not consulted. You know, it should be
industry
consulted with everyone.
Hmm.
Yeah, but a bit alarm if it goes bad, a bit alarm. But the worst part is like our Tuan Uzaidi was saying, we can't take care our Kedahan. It's like the one that in Kuala Kedah. How can it take care of the whole nation and the other world? Okay, that's my views. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good point, Azmi, actually. You see, if this thing has been, because generally, we also industry not, we don't really know because there's no engagement. What actually the Langkawi, the Minister of Tourism is going to do, we were thinking all the while it's going to be the same like Phuket. If they were to get our views, then we would have, there's a lot of good point and good views, suggestion that the industry player can play. But now the only thing that I saw is they were only talking about the SOP, how the travel bubble will be, will be implemented. You see.
Cik Aziz, I personally have been pushing this SOP 2 months ago.
Okay, ni Fizal, I want to share with you Negeri Sembilan. Our MD has proposed MCN to clear us to go phase 2 now. We were already almost about 80% at that time now. But for 2 weeks, there was no meeting for MKN. So our proposal, Negeri Sembilan proposal, was delayed lah because there was no meeting for the MKN. And after approving the phase 2, within 1 week, we were given the phase 3. And now I was told that very soon, this Milan will be going to phase 4. And we were telling it's too fast, not that we do not want, you see. So this is also happening in our state. Of course, kita ni berterima kasih lah. Pergi ke phase 2, pergi ke phase 3.
But we
Tapi
are scared also.
dia punya proses tu terlalu cepat. Dia tak kasih kita bernapas pun. Kita nak go to gradually like what, Langkawi will be going to gradually. Sekarang ni kita jual pun 50% aja bilik. Kita tak nak pergi penuh. We want the staff to be ready with the SOP. SOP is very important. Implementation lah. Ini bukan buka aja. Of course lah macam Razmi cakap ni. Kita sudah ambil staff. Tapi kita ni sekarang berhati-hati because we do not know. Nanti lepas ini kalau meningkat balik kan, dah kena kurangkan staff, kena kurangkan business. So we have to be careful and we go gradually lah.
Correct.
So ini pengalaman Negeri Sembilan lah. So kita cakap hotel, don't be greedy. You start slowly, be prepared because the SOP will change.
Yeah, we have to balance it. So we got to see what is occupancy. So you only take the inventory, 50% of your inventory, because we need the checkout room to be briefed at least 1 day. Then only check in. So we take it very safety lah. So this is what.
Moreover, this Andy, we need to plan because if we want to open 100%, where we gonna get the staff? Ini staff.
Yeah, same. Manning also problem.
Pisang, jual nasi lemak, kerja factory. So it got to give us that time to recover, to get the staff, to train them again. This is very important.
Correct.
Okay, is Andy?
Okay, time is chasing us, so you about 10:20. So can you, Eugene, can you wrap it up for today's session? Maybe, okay, I promise, Uzaidi, maybe after your SOP Langkawi come out, we open up another session for a talk.
Okay, good.
We will open up again, Eugene, just to talk about the SOP, deliberate it, what is being given on your plate lah.
Yeah. Okay, Eugene, you just wrap it up for tonight's session.
Well, okay. I mean, I came in on the perspective, of course, of hoteliers, and we're looking forward to welcoming customers. But I think this platform has also opened the other side of the people that is staying in Langkawi and their concerns on SOPs. Yeah, check and balance must be there. I mean, the hotels have also been taking a lot of beating since we closed. Staffs were affected, and Langkawi being a tourism island, and I'm also sure that the travel agents and all the tourist product operators also took the hit. So I think all we can say is let's see what happens tomorrow. But I'm still skeptical that it's going to be an SOP that is going to please everybody. There's still going to be a lot of question marks. There's still going to be a lot of disagreements. But I think we have to slowly iron it out. Time is, of course, is not on our side now since we're opening in about 9 days. So yeah, we have to wait and see. But either way, we look forward to welcoming everybody to the island.
Yes,
very much.
I'm looking forward to go there.
Thank you, Eugene.
Yeah. Hey,
Thank
we
you for
have
this
Raj.
opportunity.
We have
Okay.
Raj from
Thank
Langkawi.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
Eugene.
Hang
Thank you,
on, hang on.
Eugene.
We have
Okay,
Raj from
thank
Langkawi.
you, Uzaidi.
Thank
Hi.
you.
Terima
Thank
kasih. Thank you
you.
Tuan Datuk.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
And
Adem, Pishol,
Thank
all
you,
the
Thank you,
everyone.
thank you,
all
thank you,
the
everyone.
Langkawi players.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
Thank
All the
you.
Dunai.
best.
Thank you,
All the best,
Take care.
Eugene.
people.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Okay, everybody,
Bye.
sweet dream. Tonight, sweet dream.
Yeah,
Sweet
sweet
dream
dream.
tonight.
Enjoy.
Wait for
Sweet
tomorrow.
dreams.
Terima kasih,
Bye-bye.
Datin.
Bye bye
Pishol,
Datin.
Bye,
Okay,
terima
bye.
everyone.
kasih.
So,
Razmi,
okay,
Isaac,
bye bye.
thank you.
Thank
Eric,
you. Good night. Good
Thank
night.
you. Thank you.
thank you,
Bye-bye.
Eric. Take care, Eric.
Thank you,
Thank
Andy.
I'll
you.
see
Good
you in
night. Good
Langkawi.
night. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Hmm.
Excuse
Yep.
me.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
We have another session.
Yeah. We have another session when tomorrow SOP come out, so we open up a session. All right.
Thank you, Andy.
Okay. Good
Okay.
night.
Thank you Andy. Ya.
Yeah.
Thank you
Good night.
orang
Good
Langkawi
night.
semua.
Orang Langkawi
See,
semua.
jumpa besok.
Yes,
Jumpa
yes,
Ya.
yes. Tengok macam mana
Besok kita
SOP.
tunggu SOP ya.
Ya, kita bincang lagi.
SOP, SOP.
Ya, kita bincang
Ah.
lagi.
Alright.
Okay, thank
On
you
to
Gani.
Thursday.
Gani,
Okay.
thank you.
Take a
Orang
good
Langkawi.
sleep. Take a good sleep.
Raj.
Good
Alright,
night.
thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Raj.
Thank you, sir. No
Thank you.
problem.
Bye bye.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah, nice day. Good night.